First thing we're going to do is talk a little about the summer camp, and I think there's a lot of updates that we want to give you. So Stephanie, you have some questions that the residents have asked you,
Yes.
and while we have Karrie here, we can get through that.
Okay, sure. Some of the questions are if they have two children and one would like to do tennis and the other wants to do the specialty camps, can they enroll one in one and one in the other?
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's the whole thought behind having a spa camp and a tennis camp, is that we aligned our prices, our days. We meet at the same place, we have lunch at the same time, and then they can flip days. So half day morning, half day afternoon with two different camps, or vice versa. We try to be as flexible as possible, knowing that our clientele does a lot of different things and we want to accommodate them.
Okay. And the children, like they could do 1 week tennis camp and then the other week one of the fitness camps.
Exactly.
Okay. And also, I know that lunch is included, but I know that some of our families are kosher on the island, so you now have a kosher lunch option.
We do. We have a kosher lunch option, as well as any other dietary restrictions that the children might have.
Okay.
So we've been able to accommodate all of those to date. So all they have to do is contact us and let us know what dietary options they're looking for. And you're right, lunch is included, snacks are included, whether you're in the morning, half day afternoon, full day, they all get fed.
Okay.
And a quick question, if I may, what is the age brackets for the kids?
So for the spa, it's we're actually taking some 3-year-olds. So it's 3 to 13 for the spa side, which is the fitness and other activities. And then tennis starts at 5 years old, and they go up to 16.
Great.
Wow, great. Well, I know as part of the new normal here, we have this several 100-page document from the county, which I have reread about 3 times to make sure we're compliant. And we are compliant. We have enforced everything we need to do in the bathrooms, also the signs on how long the children should wash their hands, the 20-second rule, paper towels, not the air dryers. We also make sure the doors are open there with the face mask. We have our face masks with us, but we also do the face masks upon entry, and the groups are, in the pod, so it's very safe, and we follow all the guidelines that the county has given us. Do you want to talk about that?
I do. So we are very fastidious about sanitizing, especially because we have a little more intricate activities on the fitness side than the tennis. So we've included some kind of academic pods, activities that include like puzzle pieces, Jenga, and robotics that have a lot of little pieces. So many of them are for personal use. And they're sanitized in between the pods, and they make sure, the teacher makes sure that the student only is touching their individual activity for the day or the game. And then after each session, the teacher goes back and re-sanitizes everything. And the pods are 6 or less, so they're moving with the same counselor throughout the day. They're going 15 minutes in between from one activity to the next. And we do make sure, this was one concern that the parents had, that they were just all indoors at the Island Club ballroom. That is not true. So we start outside with a kind of a dance warm-up, right, socially distanced, right outside here at the Island Club pool on the deck. We have a couple of different instructors that get them going in the morning. It's fun. It builds that camaraderie that they really haven't had for the last 3 months. And it's a really good time. And tennis gets to meet the fitness kids and vice versa. And we have some really fun instructors that do that. As well as the activities, some of our activities can come outdoors. So we're sitting here on one of the terraces where they have lunch, also where they can do some of the robotics. If you're familiar with the terrace, it goes all the way around the Island Club. So we've cleaned it off to make sure that there's enough space for everybody, and everything again is sanitized, and everyone has their proper social distancing. The instructors always wear masks. So we're doing everything we possibly can, and definitely fresh air is part of it.
If I could ask you, when the kids come to the camp in the morning, Before they get out of the car, do you take their temperature, or what precautions are taken at that point?
We do. We take their temperature before they get out of the car. We sanitize their hands as well if they're going to, if their temperature is fine, and if all of the COVID questions are answered appropriately, right, given the right responses. Otherwise, if they are running a fever, they're not allowed to get out of the car, and the parent takes them back home.
Another question somebody asked me about, we have a resource center here, a learning center. Explain a little bit more about that, because some people don't understand the benefits and how fantastic that program is.
This is something that I've been trying to work on, is getting a learning center, a place where you can do tutoring, you can do prep exams for SAT, ACT, you could do adult learning, and it's in the perfect space, and the light is wonderful for it. It's in the old private dining area here at the Island Club. And we've taken down all of the frosting, so it's nice and clear on the inside. And so it's this wonderful space where the kids and the instructor can see out, so you're not enclosed. Several doors, so you can get, again, that air coming through. And it's a isolated space for learning.
So in other words,
different types.
if I had a child that wanted to do this,
Yes.
do I have to join the summer camp to be part of that, or can I do that separately?
Both.
Okay, so I can do
Both.
either or.
Either or, right.
And how do we know what's available, what type of classes, or what the options are to join? Is there something that we can send out that we have on that?
We can. If they're interested and they haven't seen the marketing material that Stephanie has put out, they can always call the spa front desk.
Great.
And we can send all of the registration and all of the activities and descriptions. We could call them. We could do a Zoom meeting, which is what we did prior to summer camp beginning. Many different options now, thank goodness, and give them all of the information.
We also have a tab on the website where we have everything listed, the parents' guide, the programs, everything that's listed, and we also sent copies of it to all the building, the managers, and the concierges, so they all have a copy as well.
Great.
The other thing that I want to mention is there is a 24-hour cancellation policy. So please, if you know that you're not going to be able to attend, please let us know so we are prepared for that. We do prepare, we have counselors. We have more counselors this year to make sure that we can do these smaller pods and that your child is looked after well, and their safety is taken under consideration, of course. But if you have to cancel, we do require a 24-hour cancellation.
I was asked a question by a parent, and I remember once we did something similar. There's an age minimum before you can go to the gym alone. But a couple of the parents asked me if this child goes, 13, 14, whatever, but they want to excel into getting more involved with the gym, do more exercising with somebody, supervision. Do you have a program for that over there separately?
We do. We have a youth certification program for 13 and 14 and 15-year-olds, because once you're 16, you're allowed into the facility. So it's 5 training sessions, and each training session has specific list that we go over with the youth. And then there's a final test at the end with myself or Jackie Eschett, who's our group fitness instructor. She's been here a long time, just like myself. And we put them through a final test, and once they pass that test, then they're allowed to come in and use upstairs only and attend classes.
So they can come upstairs without their parent?
Correct.
If they pass this?
If they pass it,
Great.
yeah.
And we have
Wonderful.
that flyer on the website as well
Great.
for that program.
Great. Yeah. So
Some of the
summer
things
camp.
we took for granted, the pool, I know the children are so excited to go swimming in the pool. You don't realize, it's been about 84, 90 days since they've been able to, we're in Florida, enjoy the pool. And some of the adults had mentioned, we want an adults camp because they thought the kids camp was so great, all the activities that you have.
Right. So the pool is part of it. I don't think we really stress that. So the pool is definitely part of the camp. They can learn how to swim. It's a lifeguard, and the Aquafirm and Fit company is certified in every which way to run these types of programs, from infant all the way to 100 years old. But they are all lifeguard certified, and so the pods on the fitness camp are definitely in the pool, and then the break for the tennis camp at lunchtime is also in the pool with lifeguards. So yeah, the kids are very happy to be back in the pool.
And I do want to clarify, there was a memo that's sent out, and I think I'm at fault, that the adults can't use this outdoor pool at the Island Club till 12 o'clock because the camp is there in the mornings. However, what we've done is the pool is being divided off. So in the mornings, the camp can use it, but the whole 2/3 of the pool that is open can be used by any of the residents at any time. So I believe your camp opens at 8 in the morning for the kids, whatever time it might be,
Right.
but the pool opens for the island at 10 o'clock, and it's open whether or not the kids are in the pool or not. They have a separate area. The residents will still be able to use the pool in spite of that. So I wanted to clarify that the pool is now open full-time for the residents as well.
Yes.
Great.
Okay, any other questions on the camp?
No, I know tennis camp is involved with it as well, and that's going really well. And everyone's really excited and I know the parents are really excited to have
I'm
the kids
sure.
in camp. So
Yeah, so I guess the final thing on the camps is we work together very well, the tennis camp and the fitness camp. We've aligned our times, aligned the prices, aligned our lunch, which has been wonderful, from our food and beverage director, Robert. He's put together some wonderful lunches for the kids. We do have a menu. But yes, we work very well with the tennis program, and really think of it as one camp and participation. I don't think your child will ever get bored, and there's a lot of fresh air on both sides.
And where do they call to register? The number?
You could call the spa front desk, 305-937-7860, or the tennis shop, which I don't have the number off the top of my head.
305-937-7850. I got you covered, Carlos. So.
Great.
All right, can I ask a few questions about the spa?
Yes.
Because some people had some questions regarding the actual spa itself.
Okay.
So we're going to go from the kids to the adults.
Okay.
Okay.
Great.
Okay, tell me about, they've asked questions about the capacity and how they get to work out in the weight room and the cardio room.
Okay. So this is first come, first serve. We're open at 6 o'clock in the morning. We have not reached capacity yet, but it's 20 members allowed that just want to come in and work out, not with a trainer, but just want to come in, you want to do your cardio, you want to do your weights. So 20 members, we have almost 3 checkpoints. You come to the spa valet, you take your temperature, you ask the COVID questions. Then you come into the spa and you check in with the front desk. And then there is one more stop. We have a podium right out in front of the group cycle room, and they're going to ask you where you're going. They're going to tell you your allotted time, which is 75 minutes. So let's say you're walking in at 8 o'clock, here to work out. They'll say, welcome, and please be out of the gym by 9:15 a.m. Total time inside of the facility would be an hour and a half. So if you're walking in at 8, we do ask you to exit by 9:30, let's say, to make room for others. Again, at this point, I think people are still a little hesitant, so we have not reached capacity inside of the gym. And we have sanitation everywhere. We have Marvicide, spray bottles, paper towels. We are getting stricter. You know, the gym is a very social place, and people still tend to be attracted to each other at a closer distance, and so we are having to be a little bit stricter on not standing and talking around. Please get your workout in, be efficient, and make way for somebody else.
And tell me about the classes. Now that's a first come, first served basis?
No.
Okay.
So everything else is reservation only, right? So if you're working out with your trainer, Pilates, massage, facials, or classes. So classes are on the My Wellness app. So the first week, it was one full week where you could sign up. Then that was too much in advance. Some people signed up every single day, and it caused a lot of issues. So starting next week, it is 48 hours in advance that you're allowed to sign up.
Okay.
And there is a maximum amount of people. There's 8 in the aerobics room. We've expanded to 8 bikes in the group cycle room and 8 into the water class. The water class, you have to call the front desk, and we do final confirmations on water classes on Sunday. All of this seems very confusing, I'm sure, but it is the only way that we can make sure that everyone has a chance and
But
it's fair.
basically then, other than the weight room, cardio room, everything is by appointment only.
Correct.
Okay, so then for purposes of anyone that wants to go, if they just want to go work out with the weights or get on a treadmill, they just get there, and if there's something available, they go on.
Correct.
But for the bikes, for the classes, for the Pilates, for the massages, everything else is appointment only.
Yes.
Okay. And is there a limitation of how, you said, is it 8 per class?
It's 8 per class.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the massages and facials are allowed right now?
They are allowed. The providers are wearing a mask and a face shield and wearing gloves. They have space 30 minutes in between appointments to make sure you can sanitize the entire room, change the room. There's no rush to it. 30 minutes is a nice amount of time to do that, to make sure the next person coming in has a fully sanitized room.
Okay. And tell me about the locker rooms and wet areas.
So the locker rooms are open as well. We just ask that there's social distancing and masks worn in this area. Steam and sauna, as of right now, are closed.
Right.
But the cold plunge is open, the hot plunge is open, and the locker rooms
Okay.
obviously are open as well.
And if people want to do swimming laps, they just have to make an appointment.
They do.
Besides
That's
the
on My
water
Wellness too.
Okay.
Right.
Mhm.
There's 3 at a time.
Okay.
I have it on the hour, so 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, not 10 o'clock because we have classes, and then there's a half-hour break after that. But you just go to the My Wellness app, you'll see it. People have really been utilizing it, so I really thank everyone for following the guidelines. We've had a lot of phone calls trying to get all of this together, as I'm sure you can imagine, but everyone's been great.
And for those who want information on how to download it, we're going to do a session on how to download. We also have it through the Williams Island app. So when you're on the Williams Island app, there's a link directly to the My Wellness
Oh, I need
app.
help.
The nice thing about doing it through the Williams Island app is that your location, which is the biggest issue
Yeah.
we have, is already set through the My Wellness app. I mean, through the Williams Island app.
Williams Island app, and we have
Yeah.
a different link for Android users or for iPhone users. So
Yeah, that's fantastic. That's great.
So, you're a very busy beaver then.
Very busy, yes.
So you have the camp, you have the spa, and you have the flute.
And I have the flute.
And you
yes.
have the flute.
Yes, yes.
Well,
yes.
I can't begin to thank you enough. You've been fantastic. I just want to stress, though, that even so these items are open, wear your mask, please social distance, because as you can see, we have not stopped the virus from coming yet. Florida had 6,000 new cases in the last week. So it's up to you. It's common sense. You go to the gym. We realize you're going to take your mask off when you're on a piece of equipment, but when you get off that equipment and you start to talk to your friends, please put the mask on and stay distance, because we're starting to see people are relaxing. This is not a light switch. It doesn't mean it's gone because we open these things. We're doing this to help, and Karrie's people are on the front line of meeting with everybody. So for your sake and for theirs, please protect everybody and do the right thing. Karrie, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Take care.